foremost, and we could be here all night talking about it, we have this great irony of having wonderful universities and really depressing primary and secondary education systems, especially in the public systems, over wide swaths of our country. Do we get some great kids? Do some kids get great education? Absolutely. And I'll tell you, these wonderful young men and women that come to places like MIT, most of them are graduates of public schools, but they're the lucky ones. They've tied up with a really inspirational teacher or what have you. So we have a problem there. I also believe that we have a sort of broad set of social and cultural values that don't put things like science and engineering very high on the popular culture value scale. And that's starting to injure us, I believe. I would be remiss if I didn't point out that for the last 30 years at least, I believe very much that our federal government has considerably underinvested in physical science and engineering and mathematics and computer science as opposed to the life sciences. A lot of reasons for this, but I still think it's a fact, and we have some optimism that will start to be corrected now. I think we have, and here I want to be very careful how I state this, but I think we have evolved, especially in engineering, advanced research and development, but also in science, to what may actually be an unsustainably high dependence on immigrants. They are at once the greatest strength of our system, but secondly, frankly, our own kids have gotten fat and lazy and have been replaced by young men and women coming from all over the world. Sorry to overstate that a little bit. And of course, directly relevant here is that post 9/11, we have put a lot of impediments to the international flow of researchers and students in place that we really, really do need to unwind now. I would add a few unknowns. In addition to pluses and minuses, 3 unknowns quickly. One is there's a very complex tension in our universities today between sort of long-term fundamental research and the value system that supports it, and more near-term, more industrially relevant, use-inspired kinds of research. That balance is going to shift a little bit. And there is a tension there. Don't know how it'll play out. That's an unknown. Another unknown is that, and we'll hear more from Thomas, who's more of an expert, but I think our venture capital system is slowing down. It's becoming a little stuck and a little risk averse, and how that will evolve over this difficult economic period, I think, is a big question. And finally, there are areas, and some of the things, the very things that Dr. Imboden mentioned, energy and so forth, where we're going to have to innovate in very large national ways that we're frankly not very good at. That's what you and I were talking about a little while ago. And so I think some of these things have to be done at national and global scale, and our very strength has come from sort of entrepreneurial competition. How we pull that all together, I think, remains to be played out.